Hello and welcome to this webcast from PPU Umwelttechnik today. My name is Janos Seele and I'm going to present you our control units we are using here at PPU for our small-scale wastewater treatment plants. I will show the differences in our models and how they work and how they can be operated. But before we start, I'd like to introduce you quickly to our service department here at PPU. PPU is a manufacturer of not only small-scale, fully biological treatment systems, but also a manufacturer of industrial and municipal treatment plants. We are also offering containerized options which are very flexible, mobile and easy to connect. And they can be customized for each individual need. In order to keep the contact to our clients and to maintain high customer satisfaction, we are driven to offer services of highest quality. This begins with our installations on site and it continues with our constant support and technical support, let it be remotely or in person. Our service technicians are happy to come on site for service visits or even train your staff in maintaining and operating the systems. So by having a service contract, you can benefit from our manufacturer expertise and you can get the original spare parts quick and easily. Furthermore, we are also offering remote options for remote maintenance and remote control of your system. This adds value because in case of an emergency or an error, you as customer will get notified immediately via email, and in the same time we at PPU are seeing those error messages online as well. We can give you immediate feedback or support to find the source of the error and resolve the issue. Furthermore, we can remotely optimize or change settings of your wastewater treatment systems, which saves you time and obviously money. So let's begin with our presentation of our control unit. Okay, this is our smallest control unit. It's called CUS, and as you can see, there is no display on top. There's only a signal light for when it's running. Leading out of the housing, you have those three connectors for your solenoid valves, and then this one here is the power socket for your blower, and also a power plug to power up your unit. This unit comes ready installed with a program with fixed times on it, and this is very cost effective and very simple unit for our smallest wastewater treatment plants, so-called Quick 1 Plus or single chamber SBR systems. This is our second model. It's called CUM, and as you can see, this is already a little bit more advanced and has a few more features to offer. So we have a display here and also those signal lights for error, running and eco mode. Furthermore, here are three buttons to operate and go through the menu, as well as an Wi-Fi on board, and under this service compartment here, you could also find a USB connector in order to connect your USB flash device or a laptop. The housing itself, on the side you have a power socket for your blower again. Then this is the power plug to power up your unit. And then again, three connectors for your solenoid valves. As an option, you could also integrate a fourth one for your filling if it's a multi-chamber SBR system, but for a single chamber SBR system you only need those three. And this blue cable is for your pressure sensor, which is integrated on the circuit board inside to measure the water level in your system. This is called CUM. So in order to connect this control unit with our laptop, we need to access the Wi-Fi of this control unit M. So we go in the network settings, activate our Wi-Fi, and then we search for the wastewater treatment plant controller. We connect with it. Now we are connected, and then we have to type in the address code 192.168.171. Enter, and then the scripts are being read. Okay, here we have the interface of the customer. So this is all the customer can see. There are different panels. It's basically the same as on your control unit itself, but now you can operate it or look at it from your mobile device or any laptop. For example, you can click on status screen, then you see basically that, for example, here there's no alarm, and you can see also some settings which are already set to this control unit. You have the information about your GSM signal if you are using one, and the firmware version. You can, if you go back, you can look at the operating hours and export them to a CSV file. You can also check all your error messages or events which have been logged, and again export it to a CSV file. There's a cache log function just in case well, this isn't really needed for you, but there you will see, like, once the control unit has been purchased or the whole wastewater treatment plant, it can get activated. So if it hasn't been paid yet, it can be logged here as well. You can have a look at the network settings, access points, station settings, also the Wi-Fi settings or the GSM settings. And then you can also go in the normal settings to just activate or deactivate your alarm buzzer, set the time and date, and also which language you're using. And then ultimately you can go on logout, and for the user it's only user access. For the service, which has then more options, there's a set password, and here you can also change the program, change the timings, the pressure measurement, the current measurement. You have a lot more options, but these are only for authorized people or service technicians. So I will log out here, and that's it about the interface of our control unit M. This is our third model. It's called CUL, and it's our most sophisticated and most advanced control unit we're using for our small-scale wastewater treatment plants. As you can see on top, there's a display again for your menu, and then you have those 6 keys to operate and navigate through the menu. Furthermore, there's a micro USB port to plug in a USB flash drive or your laptop. On the housing itself, you have the power plug again to power up your unit. On the back side there's a power socket for your blower again, and then you will realize this looks a bit different to the other 2 units because those are just connectors for your air hoses. Inside of the unit is a air stepper motor, which I will show you now. So the air is coming in here and is then being distributed down here. As an option, this control unit can also be combined with solenoid valves. Furthermore, there is a pressure sensor installed which can measure again the water level in your system. And then on the side you see also the GSM module, which can be upgraded as an option for remote maintenance and remote support. That's our biggest and most advanced control unit, CUL. Okay, now we see the display when this control unit is powered up. So by default we have the operating hours being displayed. This is the total time of your power grid, the compressor, the aeration, clear water removal and sludge removal. If you press down, the arrow key down, you see the status screen. So it will display the pressure at the moment, if in case when it's running, for example, your aeration, then you would see the millibars going up here. Then you can also see the current, the phase in which the program is. So at the moment it's aeration, the remaining period, and also the whole cycle time with the actual date and time. On the top left you see this lock symbol because you are in the level of the customer, so it's being locked. You cannot go in any further settings higher than your level at the moment. If you press the down arrow key again, you will get the more options or more functions. So first of all, the system information. If you press OK again, then you can read all the system information about your control unit, your firmware and your product number, as well as your ID address, IP address, in case you are having also this GSM module for remote maintenance. By escape you get back to your original menu. Then you could click on operating hours to see a summary, so that's the total operating hours of your system parts. But by pressing the arrow key to the right, you can also select it by week, so you have a weekly display of your operating hours as well. Then you could also read out the reports, so this can show only the last 60 messages with the locked time and what kind of error message it is. Then you can go back and do a function test, which I will do as a last step because then it's running for a while. This will just test all your outputs of the system and the whole functionality. This is also a test we're doing while doing maintenance services. Then you can set time and date, which should be always set correctly, and that's more or less all you can do as a customer. For getting to a higher level, you would need to go back to your first screen, the operating hours, and then press OK, and then you can enter the service password, which is only available for service, or if you need to do changes, then you have to contact your supplier in order to get permission to do any more changes into the system. So I will just show you one more time the functioning test. So if you press OK, it will just start it. There's a delay of 30 seconds and then it will run through each cycle of your wastewater treatment process and test all the outputs accordingly. So this is a really easy way to see if all your parts are working in the system. Alright, now we are connecting our control unit L with our laptop. So the easiest way is to do that via USB cable, because the Wi-Fi actually just functions as a readout, so there's no way you can change settings or control the unit itself. It's just for reading the status of the control unit. So we are connecting this one with the micro USB cable, and then we are launching the software, which is already running in our case. So as you see, it's connected here. If I unplug it, it shows disconnected. If I plug it in again, it will connect. So here it tells you already in which access level you are. At the moment it's owner, then you always also have service on top, and then the manufacturer level or authority level. You could change it here by entering the password, or you can also control the unit in this display like it would be on the control unit itself. So by clicking OK, it will ask you for the password to go to the higher access level. I will show you that this is behaving like in real, or like if you have the control unit in front of you. So you can also access the same menu via those keys online or on your laptop. Furthermore, you have a few more options just to download your operating hours, for example. So by downloading them, it will download it from the control unit itself onto your program or your laptop, and then you could save it as a CSV file again. The same works for error reports, so it will show you all the error reports, and then you could save it as well. Furthermore, there are the settings of your whole unit. As a customer or owner, you are not able to do any changes here. That would change if you have the password for the higher level, but you could still be downloading all the settings and then saving them, and then send them to your maintenance company or the manufacturer or your supplier or whoever you are in contact with. The same works for uploading settings. So this way you could upload a new file from your service company, and through this option change any settings on your control unit itself. Furthermore, you can also do a firmware upload and an upload of a translation file, but this is also just possible on a higher access level. Then you just see your software version, and this is it for operating the control unit only with a laptop. Thanks for watching our video, and in case you're interested, please do not hesitate to contact us. We are happy to assist you and to give you more information or provide you with quotations. Thank you very much.